Can I help you with anything else?
Give him a ticket! Chucky, come on!
It's not gonna happen. Anything else we can help you with tonight?
Yeah, giving him a ticket!
All right, it's not gonna happen.
What the f*** does he get to do whatever the f*** he wants for?
I just want...
Guess who I just pulled over?
Who?
Yarborough.
Really?
Yeah, the chief deputy driving a Dodge Charger, a souped-up Dodge Charger belongs to the sheriff's office. I just clocked this up at 96 in a 35.
Niggas be screaming hate, feel like my praises ain't loud enough. Hecklers don't distract us no more. Flipping you proud of us, family, friends, and fools. Now to this subject that I'll discuss. They move the goalposts, me criteria, I'll adjust. One day you get to experience love without the lust. Addicted now, I can't keep the money without a rush. My dog got snatched from his family, left his childhood crushed. Your kids don't owe you a damn thing, their smiles enough. The problems ain't overwhelming until they piling up. The pressure be my weekly rehab with $1,000. Party and dumb shit, stupid music for crowds with cups. Paparazzi snapping soon as you step out the trucks. You're changing on me, have every reason to doubt your trust. This source is credible, you need someone to vouch for stuff. Procrastination is mental, you can't get out your cups. 20-some odd years, fucking these hours up. Stories written all on my face. I don't know you're still looking after me despite my mistakes. Some feelings never go nowhere, they harbor the hate. Shit happens for a reason, you can't argue with fate. Ain't no time to dwell on yesterday, there's money to make. Talk about him while he's counting, fell in love with the bank. I've been through it, and the story's written all on my face. Find out you're still looking after me despite my mistakes.
Suck shit is never on your agenda. Despite my mistakes, I've never been a pretender. Do shit for niggas and niggas never remember. Swear to God that you home, you Santa, and it's December. This ain't the 25th, I ain't wearing a red suit before you ask me to follow. Where am I being led to? Sorta like the city of gods. What would Ned do? Familiar with the sweat and the tears. I have bled too. Some say I act like a wolf. Well, I was bred too. If you was hungry, my nigga, I would've fed you. Stories written all on my face, thought I was destined. Shit, was it all a mistake?
Ghost, SP, flip side, really idle, nigga. Yeah. Flip side. I'm gonna burn one down. Burn one down. I'm gonna burn one down. Yeah. Pulling all night right. If it's daytime, I'm looking forward to night lights. Real street shit, but you know that I'm nice, right? And I ain't got the time, but in a minute I might right. Now one down, one something that burn long. A lot of money in a long bed I can earn strong. Burn one down, and it's time with the flip side. Burn one down, for the homies with sick rides. Burn one down, I'm the one that put the fire on the track. I'm the ghost, so I got the hood riding on my back. Ain't no front door, I'm the one sliding through the back. I'm the one that's providing you with that part. I'm gonna burn one down. That all strip is money to get. I'm gonna burn one down.
So, this is data on jail voting in Wisconsin. Because people are talking about how, like, voting is low sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
In black and brown communities or whatever, and like in, you know, like inner cities, whatever we call it. So, there's 13,000 people incarcerated in Wisconsin County jails on any given day. Most are pretrial detainees or misdemeanors, meaning they remain legally eligible to vote legally. So, in the 2020 general election, across counties that responded, only 60 people registered to vote from jail in Wisconsin, and only 50 actually voted. So out of a pool of 13,000 eligible individuals, that's a turnout of roughly only 0.4%. So 50 out of 13,000 eligible voters participated. So that's about 12,950 eligible individuals in jail did not vote. That's roughly 99.6% of eligible jailed individuals who did not cast a ballot in 2020. So, and why do y'all think that is? It ain't the people that are incarcerated, ain't their fault. I mean, you know, they're in jail, so one could say, well, they put themselves in jail, but that's true, but, well, that's even up for debate depending on what they did, but a lot of people don't realize that they can vote when they're locked up because it probably just doesn't seem like naturally right. You're like, I'm in jail, like I probably couldn't vote, but you can until you've been convicted of whatever you're in jail for. As long as you're not in there on probation and parole already and stuff like that or whatever, you can still vote. Like, I don't care if you got arrested for a murder. They take you, you know, you go to jail and shit. Until you've been convicted and sentenced and all that, you can vote, and they don't take your vote away. You know what I mean? Even after you've been convicted, your vote still counts. But between people not knowing that they can probably vote, some people probably, you know, there's people in there always that just, you know, probably wouldn't vote or whatever. But a lot of it falls on the jail staff because they don't make people aware that they can vote. They don't set up, you know, anything to get people registered and all that. And ACLU attempts to, you know, work with jail staff and stuff. And they said jail staff don't hold up their end of the bargain a lot of times. So I've been told that by the ACLU out their mouth. They just didn't want to, because I had talked to them, it was a couple of years ago already, probably by now. And they were saying that, you know, they didn't want to be like interviewed like on camera or anything like that or have any audio recording because they said that they were like suing people and shit for this kind of stuff. So they didn't want to, but he had a conversation with me. He said, I want you to be able to like explain to your listeners or whatever was going on, but I don't want to be recorded. That's the only reason I didn't record the conversation. But they told me that it was a lawyer from ACLU. I don't even remember the guy's name, but he told me a lot of shit. And he was saying how, like, the jail staff, because they'll be trying to correspond and coordinate with them to get, like, give them information, whether it's flyers or whatever. You know, they'll be trying to, like, get voting booths up in there and just get people registered, basically. And they say it's hard, you know, getting the jail staff to, like, do their part, do their role, like, a lot of times. I ain't saying it's everywhere, all over the place, but I'm sure there's some places in the country that are, like, do a decent job, but most don't, because they just don't give a shit about the people in there. And it's extra work they got to do. So, but that's where a lot of the, you know, missing votes are right there. And no one ever really talks about it. That's the problem, you know, like people like me and you, we bring it up and shit. But you don't, we listen to talk radio every fucking day. I mean, we podcast too, but we listen to a few people we listen to every day. So we're in tune. We know what people are talking about, and no one talks about it. Because in reality, no one cares about people in jail or in prison. I mean, unless you got a loved one, you know what I'm saying. But for the most part, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. Ain't no, and you know, or if it does get brought up, it'll get talked about for a brief second, then it's just boom, it's gone. And then people will be sitting here, well, why are the numbers so low? Well, this is one of the reasons. And until people out in the community start making a fuss over at the jail and making them be better and do the job, like maybe if anyone, we don't listen to that Tory Lowe show, but I know that he has Danita Ball coming on. I believe it's today. Well, it's too late. This episode will be over and gone by then, by the time people listen to. But I know, like, some of the, like, police, like Chief Norman was on one of the shows. I forgot which one he was on last week. But I know that Danita Ball is going on that Tory Lowe show today. Like, that's something I would ask her. You know, like, hey, are you know, along with asking, you know, about, you know, are people in there getting treated like shit, and ask her about the jail deaths and stuff like that. But ask her about voting and what they're doing. You know, like people could start preparing for this now. Like the election is in 2028. People need to start asking questions about that kind of stuff now. Because, like, you know, other people have a wider, reach than us. Like, we're on a podcast. So, it's, you know what I mean? So, and I don't, it'd be nice if people just talked about it more on their shows. But like I said, no one's really thinking about jail people on a daily basis. There's so much stuff going on, but at least we're doing, that's one of the reasons why we have our podcast, because we can talk about it. Right, baby? But yeah, so I'm just gonna read this real quick though. So this is talking about the barriers. They're pretty much gonna talk about what I was just saying. So I just won't bore you with all this. I'll just read a little bit. So it says, while 70% of 55 responding counties reported having jail voting policies in 2021, up from 47.5% in 2020. This hasn't significantly translated into higher voting counts. Complex hurdles remain, such as lack of voter registration, support, process. That's what we were just talking about. For all the different reasons. Absentee ballot access, logistics. I bet one of the excuses, like jail people would say, like if people were to be like, yo, why aren't you guys, having voting booths and registering, blah, 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 people. I bet one of the jail staff's comebacks or one of their excuses would be the address stuff.
Oh, right, because you have to vote in.
But like that kind of stuff, like it, that kind of, they could figure that out. There's people that are smarter than us that figure all that kind of stuff out, because it is their right. So if it's their right, then you figure that stuff out to make sure that their rights aren't being fucked over. You know what I mean? Because although I get it, there would have to be work done. It would just have to be figured out. But you can't just be like, oh, the address stuff is an issue, and then just be like, fuck it, we can't do it.
Right.
Because you're saying it's easier, not you, baby. You're saying it's easier to just not deal with it because it's a little tough to figure out the address stuff. And I get it, that probably is a little tough. But you're saying that it's easier just to do that than to do the tough job and make sure people exercise their rights. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna open the window now though. They were banging, they're doing construction across. We live right outside the river and stuff like that, so they're putting up more condos and apartments and stuff, so the weather's getting nice, so we're gonna have to be dealing with that all summer. During the day it's gonna be pounding and stuff, and then at night you're gonna hear the ooh and all the drinking and partying. It's summertime, y'all. So I guess those are just the noises that you're going to have to expect. And let's check in on Michelle's forehead. What's going on, baby?
So...
Tell them what happened, because some people might not.
So at the No Kings protest, I neglected to put some sunscreen on my forehead. Or wear a hat or something.
Yeah. Or visor.
Some kind of forehead protection gear. And so my forehead is very burnt.
Very tender.
I mean, I'm not going to give it a degree of burn, but it's burned.
Can you put
no blistering. I've been using Tylenol cooling pain relieving cream, which has lidocaine in it.
Tea.
I've been putting the black tea bags.
What you said helps the best so far.
Yeah, lotions, cocoa butter, vitamin C, vitamin E. It's just...
Oh, this may sound like a weird one, but you're saying you need to keep your forehead moist.
Yeah.
This is going to sound weird as hell, and it will be messy, but what about yogurt? Because you were saying oatmeal, so that's messy too. I'm saying because of yogurt will keep, you would have to lay down and kind of put...
No time, because I'm on a time crunch with this work thing.
Oh, yeah, Michelle.
That I am very behind on.
She was telling me 3 weeks ago, babe, I got to get this done by today. And then last night she was telling me, I still haven't done that yet.
Procrastination
I'm like,
station.
Nice. It must be nice when you're higher up there. You can kind of, you can do that.
I mean, the person knows that I'm busy with other things,
right.
so.
But someone that just started working there wouldn't be able to do nothing like that.
Oh no, he probably would have bitched at them, but he knows like he can't really do that with me. So,
Exactly. Oh shit.
And so I'm almost done. I can't say what it is, but I'm almost done. And it's a lot of spreadsheets, looking at documents, numbers, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so like the black tea bags have like worked the best so far. But
what does it feel like?
It feels like someone is taking tiny little push pins and poking my forehead.
Ooh, because I don't get sunburn, you know what I mean? So I don't have to deal with that. So I was just wondering, like, I'm trying to, like, equate a feeling that I might have had to it so I can know what you're going through.
Thank you for trying to empathize with my alabaster skin problems.
Oh, and I did find a pack of lighters, too.
So, yeah, so I've been doing that. I put Vicks on it last night.
Cocoa butter.
Butter, vitamin E.
Oh, I wish we had Noxzema.
Noxzema would be oh, heaven.
I think you felt like the Vicks was going to be the cure.
Yeah.
Because you were like, what about Vicks?
And it wasn't because it has a petroleum jelly in it.
Because the cool
and I still have, it's still warm.
It is warm. It almost feels like you have a fever.
Yeah, it's not as warm as it was yesterday. So it is cooling off, but I can't put, like, Vaseline or anything until it is cool.
It's supposed to get to, like, 80-something today, too. We're going to have to cut our air on. If they start pounding again, it sounded like they were hammering something.
And I have a bit of a headache from it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
so, like, that's
warmth.
Irritating.
Yeah, but it says to stay hydrated.
Yeah. And like I said this morning, I'm not trying to be a bitch baby about it, but it's really annoying.
It's probably more annoying than anything, right?
It's distracting.
Right, yeah, distracting. All right, y'all. I just wanted to read that information about the voting and stuff. Spread the word, though, because that's important. There's a lot of that's going on in every major city, basically. You know what I mean? Because even if you're someone that doesn't, like, really care about people in jail and all that kind of stuff, like, everyone has their own opinion about that kind of stuff. But if you're of the Democratic-leaning position, you know, because that's the thing, like, the majority of people that are locked up in county jails, they would vote Democratic. I'd say at least 8 out of 10 people would. So let's see, I looked that up too. So why are jailed people more likely to vote Democratic? People in county jails are disproportionately black or Latino, low income, younger, and some of those are some. The low income thing is kind of a stereotype. But these groups historically vote Democratic by large margins. Geography. Many jails are located in urban centers where Democratic support is higher. Even in red states, the jailed population is often from deep blue counties. Milwaukee and Wisconsin, Cook County, and Illinois. Studies of formerly incarcerated people show roughly 70 to 80% vote for Democrats if they vote. A 2019 analysis found that jail-based populations favor Democrats at rates as high as 85% in some major cities. So, let's see. So in Milwaukee County, where many jailed individuals come from, Biden won 69% of the vote in 2020. The county jail population is majority black, and Milwaukee has a large Democratic base. If those in jail could vote in higher numbers, they'd likely overwhelmingly favor Democrats, potentially shifting close local elections. Yep. So jail-based disenfranchisement doesn't suppress voter turnout. It disproportionately suppresses Democratic-leaning votes. Some analysis argue that even small increases in jail voting could swing local races, especially in urban counties or judicial elections. Yeah. But that's one of the things I'm going to start, doing more too when I get off paper. You know what I mean? I feel like I'll be able to do more.
Yeah, you will.
So.
I mean, can you do canvassing now?
Yeah, I think I can.
Not...
I don't know, actually.
Your mom would know.
I'm going to have to ask Mom next time,
Yeah, next time that's coming up.
Yeah, with the midterms, whenever the primaries start and all that kind of stuff.
Because all you're doing is passing out information.
I think you can. Yeah, we'll have to look. You know what? We'll have to look that up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look that up right now, yeah. Here's a question I have. And I ain't trying to sound insensitive, not one bit. And I wasn't there, so it's kind of hard to say. But I was just wondering, because we could see through the surveillance photos that they showed us when they were looking for him, we could all see that he had a rubber mask on his face. So when he was knocking on the door, banging on the door, whatever, like, they didn't see the mask. They couldn't see that was like a rubber mask or like a mask, or like that wasn't somebody's real skin when they were at the door before they opened it.
Maybe that's because they said you're not the police.
No, they had opened the door. He was in the house already.
Oh.
Yeah. At least that's what they just said. Because I was sitting here listening to what they were saying. They basically described everything that happened from when the guy was at their door. So now I was wondering I've been wondering this even before this press conference. I was wondering, like, why did they open the door? And I ain't saying it, that's what I say, I ain't saying it like cold-heartedly. You know what I mean? Because they said he was, like, banging on the door, and they opened it, and he said that there was a report of a shooting in his house. And then he asked them if they had any weapons. And then at that point, he said that he lowered the flashlight. And then that's when they were like, you're not a cop. Also, maybe he had the flashlight up at the door so they couldn't really see the face. Okay, maybe. But there was two of them standing at the door. I get it. Like I said, it's hard to say. It's hard to judge, but so, y'all know what I'm kind of saying? I was just kind of wondering, like, and then at 3 a.m. or whatever it was, I don't know. I guess I'm just saying I wouldn't open that door. Just for a couple of different reasons. I would have been like, you know what I mean? Type shit. But like I said, and this gets into what I was saying earlier, like that it was kind of like some white privilege going on in a way, because they felt enough, like, considering it was 3 a.m, someone's banging on your door, you don't know who they are, you didn't call the cops over there, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you still do open the door, because I'm sure there were a couple, they're probably like, what? I'm sure some was telling them, maybe we shouldn't open the door, but they still did. Because they saw some white skin, they saw the cops, we all think cops are the great, and all that, they do no wrong. Y'all know what I mean. The narrative is they do no wrong. There's only a few bad cops, blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't open the door. He would have just had to start shooting through the door. But it looks like the next residence he went through, he was shooting through the door, because there's bullet holes all through a front door. It looked like an orange door or something like that.
Felder saw the officers get out of the car. He drew his weapon and began firing. He rushed into the house through the front door, firing into it. He repeatedly fired into the house. And when he entered, he murdered Representative Hortman and her husband, Mark.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. I wish they had the death penalty in Minnesota. And I'm not a death penalty person, but for something like that, he needs a death penalty. That's crazy as hell, man. Yeah, but rest in peace. But yeah, I'm just on, just on some just barbershop type conversation. Like, I wouldn't open that door. And I'm sure I ain't the only one saying that shit. And that doesn't, in no way saying it's their fault. Y'all, I hope no one thinks I'm saying that. I'm just saying I wouldn't have opened the door, is what I'm saying. I would have been like, they would have had to, I wouldn't have just opened my door like that. Especially if I know I haven't called the cop and they're saying, I heard there's no way. Because first of all, I would have been like, why are you shining that light all in my face? I would have been saying other stuff. I wouldn't have just opened the door and shit. I would have been asking questions, like yelling through the door. What do you hear? Who sent? No one got shot here. Or no, there's no. We would have talked through the door. That's what I mean by the white privilege part. There's, this white cop. It is a cop, so here, they trusted him enough to open that door is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Can't trust nobody. That goes into what I'm saying, kind of like how when you're at the grocery store, like at the self-checkout, they'll be watching the black people and shit because they think we're stealing. But then right across at the other self-checkout, white people are stealing all their shit. They ain't scanning none of their items. They're scanning donuts as bananas. Or they're scanning the donuts, but they're really scanning a bag of chips. But they're putting the donut in there. That's why we ain't got no self-checkout no more. I'll blame it on the whites. No, I'm just blaming it on them. I'm just saying. All right, I'm about to run to the store, though, because we're having sloppy joes on Texas toast. Yeah, Michelle thought that idea up. I thought it would be good, too. And you get more bang for your buck with the Texas toast. You get a lot. For whatever reason, they put a lot of bread in there.
And if we make the sloppy joe, it'll be good for a couple days.
No doubt. Yep. All right, so I'm about to go do that, y'all. Yeah, but rest in peace. And individuals that are still in the hospital, get better. All right, y'all. Oh, and by the way, that Belcher dude, he was a MAGA supporter. He was a right-winger and all that shit. He was against, like, pro-choice and all that. And so for people that are trying to say he was a Democrat, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. So don't be trying to blame it on us Democrats. That was one of the MAGA guys. That's one of your guys, not ours. That's one of the bad whites. We got the good whites on our side. That's one of the bad whites. That's what we mean when we say the bad whites. He's one of the bad whites. All right, y'all. I'm going to the store. So I just got back from the gas station and the grocery store, right? Because we needed a few things. So guess what they're checking IDs for now, or carding for. You'll never guess.
Lighters.
Yes. The big light, right? Because I went to East Lyon.
Yeah.
So I forgot the lighters, right?
Yeah.
So I bought the other stuff, and then I was like, oh, okay, let me go back and grab a lighter. So I went back, was looking around for a lighter. Well, they don't even sell them on the floor anymore. Like the small packs. Yeah. They don't even sell them, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just grab one of the big ones, one of the long ones.
We won't lose that.
So I went to attempt to buy that, went to, the self-checkout, scanned it and everything, and it said it needs ID check required. Yeah, like I was buying liquor almost or something. Right. I was like, fuck it, I'm just go somewhere else and get a lighter.
Yeah.
Because I had to wait for someone to come over and check my ID to buy a lighter. That shit fucked me up. So I just left. I didn't buy it. I was like, crazy. That's dumb. Because there was no one around. Like I would have to wait for someone working there to come in. I'm like, this is dumb.
So you can enlist in the military at 18, but you can't buy a lighter?
Yeah, I don't know what's coming on. I don't know what's going on with this world. So I went over to Metro Market. I was like, they probably got packs of lighters there.
Yeah.
So I went over there and asked one of the workers, and she was like, we don't even sell them on the floor anymore. She was like, they're behind the customer service desk. So I went and had to get the lighters from behind the customer service desk. So, I mean, you know, mission accomplished, but so I ended up getting, you know, the 2-pack of the regular size big lighters, but still, it's just like, man, they're basically carding for IDs. I was like, well, it's new to me because I've never had this happen at a grocery store. I was like, I doubt they do this at gas stations.
Right.
So he says something about it's for because they don't want kids to buy lighters and then set something on fire or whatever. I get that, but damn, like that's a little too much now. Because you're slowing shit up now. Every time someone tries to purchase a lighter, you're gonna have to have a customer service person come over and check their ID.
Right.
I was just slightly irritated by that. I was like, I'm good. I'll go somewhere else and buy. I don't want to go through that just to get a lighter. I've been up 30 minutes.
Right.
And I did get the 100 grand bar ice cream bars, y'all. Yes. So we're going to taste test these later. Got the milk. It's good till July 2nd. Got me a sticky bun, a Little Debbie sticky bun. And shout out, hopefully, our new sponsor that we're trying to partner up with, Collectivo Coffee. Drink it every day. We love it. Shout out Collectivo Coffee. Get some of this brewed. All right, y'all. Back to the episode. Oh, and shout out the authorities out there in Minnesota. They caught that killer. Caught that dude that shot how many people did he actually shoot? Was it 4?
Yeah.
Killed 2 and 2 are still in the hospital?
Yeah.
So prayers up for the 2 individuals that are still in the hospital.
The representative or senator that was killed, she threw herself in front of her daughter.
I heard that. Yeah. Like that motherly instinct kicked in to yeah. Wow, yeah, I heard that. Yeah. And then there's Chewy. Good morning. You're getting your nails cut today and your teeth brushed. Yeah.
I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah, tell the people, baby.
Oh, I gotta take this.
Okay. Oh. We'll get back to the episode. Michelle just got a phone call while we're... All right, y'all. Back to the episode. But, yeah, we're trying to partner up with Collectivo Coffee and some other sponsors, maybe. You know? And, yeah. So be looking out for that. We're going to reach out and get in touch with Collectivo Coffee today. Because supposedly they partner up and they do sponsor, you know, like local podcasts and stuff like that. And they're more Democratic/liberal leaning. So, you know, we looked up businesses and companies and stuff that are more liberal, left leaning, you know, Democratic and stuff like that, that, you know, have no issue, you know, when it comes to people discussing race and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, we let them know. And our PDF and our, you know, our reach out to them and stuff like that. We let them know, like, that, you know, hey, we want to partner up with you guys, maybe sponsor, do some endorsements or whatever. We told them that we mess with their coffee, like, daily. Y'all know that. We shout out Collectivo all the time. And we just let them know what we're about. We let them know what we talk about and stuff like that, so there's no surprises. And basically going to send, you know, an episode or 2 so they can, you know, maybe listen or whatever. And see if they want to partner up with us. Yep. All right, y'all. So that's what we're on today. So we're going to get back to this episode and get the other stuff done that we need done today. So today's like a social media day, basically, for us. We're trying to get all our little, you know, eggs in a row or whatever you call it. Yeah, because we want to start to try to monetize off the stuff that we're doing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're providing a service for people. People are getting something out of our podcast because we have people from all different countries listening. United States, we got people listening in Canada, Ukraine, Mexico, Moldova. We got people listening in Serbia, Puerto Rico, all over the world. So, all right, y'all. Let's get back to this episode. I'm rambling. But you know what? Hi, Marley. I'm going to try one of these 100 grand ice cream bars. They're really good. Why? 100 grand is like top 3 candy bar for me. So I'm going to try the ice cream that they got. Yep. Made with real ice cream, 100 grand ice cream. So this is a 2-ounce ice cream bar. So it's got caramel flavored ice cream with a caramel layer and chocolatey coating with crispy crunchies. Let's see. I heard at Walmart these are like under $4. They were $5 at Pick and Save, or it was either 2 for $10 or you buy 1 for $5. That deserves another bite. Marley and Chewy, you cannot have ice cream. I love you guys, but you can't have ice cream. This is really good, y'all. Really, really good. I'll give these an 8 out of 10. And there's 6 of them in the box. All right, y'all. Back to the episode. Pretty good.
Couple niggas living the good life. Couple niggas living the hood life. Catch your body and get the hood right. Get knocked for the body and spend the hood tight. I had a couple of good fights. I'd rather charter a good flight. Yeah, I'm still living free life. Rather hit a home run instead of swinging 3 strikes. Still inquiring on the key phrase. My nigga, this just a lock in me. It's just a block in me. Get ready to roll, you wanna rock with me. My nigga, I ain't so sleep. You said you was strapped to the gas, you finished you. Better off trying to defuse it. Advice from a street wild nigga that used to lose me. That I'm well grounded. Nah, but I'm grounded. Come to a bump in the road, I go around it. Yes, word in the sound shift. Light up the evening, then I have it. Put in the club and skip the bounces. Look to the niggas, then I bounce it. Time bottles will be freeze on. A few minutes, then we freeze on. I don't fuck with the shit around. I'm outbound on sit down. But you ain't been up, then you been down. You gotta touch with niggas to keep your chin down. I ain't tryna box with niggas, but give them spin round. Top 10 rappers like this.
Fresh Time, y'all. I just decided to go to Fresh Time instead. Just a little closer to our place. So let's see. Just need shopping today. Let's see. I got a little list. Let me pull my little list out. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, we're gonna do sloppy joes on Texas toast. You know what I mean? So I just gotta get bread, butter, ground beef, sloppy joe mix, and we're gonna get a bag of fries. Let's see. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, shout out Collectivo Coffee though. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can partner up with them somehow, like a sponsor or something like that, because we're looking up like local businesses / companies or whatever that sponsor or do that kind of stuff, work with like podcasters and stuff like that are more democratic leaning. So I looked some of that information up and they were on the list, so we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. We got like some email and stuff and some stuff we're going to put together and send it to them and see if they'd be willing to work with us. So Be on the lookout for that, potentially. All right, I'm going to grab these things off. All right. Yeah, the No Kings rally went well. There was a lot of people at Cathedral Square. All right, bread. I'm going to get the ground beef first. Get that out the way. Yeah, I think I'll just go, let's see, checking the date. Okay, by the 16th, this is good till, yeah, let's see. Check the date, y'all. Y'all know me. Yeah, this is word, 616. Okay. So instead of, I was going to get an organic one, but those are like $10, so I just got the grass-fed beef. What did I get? Pound, like 1.150 pounds for $6. It'll last a little longer. And then fries. Yeah, sloppy joes and fries are good. Let's see. Where are the fries? Found them. Fries. Let's see. Ooh, holy shit. Fries are kind of expensive here. They ain't bullshitting on the fries at Fresh Time. You're going to pay. Shit, holy shit. Damn, they ain't even got no, they ain't got nothing even. They ain't even got nothing partially cheap, y'all. You coming to Fresh Time, you're going to have to pay for these little fries. So, let's see. I'm going to go on and just get them. House cut. I'm going to go on and get... You know what? I'm going to go on and get these. Okay, how much are these? Yeah, we're going to go on and get these. The house cut fries, yep. Vegan friendly. No, I don't want no vegan fries. I ain't with all that. I just want regular fries. I don't need all that vegan stuff. All right.
I like these. I like these.
Yeah. So which ones are those?
Proper fries, light and fluffy potatoes with a drop of sunflower oil, just 2 ingredients.
You know, we got I figured I was gonna get the organic little pack, but that was $10. This was only like $6.30.
Exactly.
And it's a little over a pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's grass-fed beef, all natural, whatever. 80% grass-fed. Yeah, we got 1.150 pounds.
Perfect.
And then I love this company's bakery. What's the actual name of is it Simple Joys? Or?
Simple Joys, yeah.
Simple Joys Bakery, y'all. Check them out if they're in your local grocery stores. They are really good bakery. These are the banana nut slice cake. They got remember those cookies? They come in in little individual packets, baby. Mm-hmm. This is the same company. Those cookies we really like. I think, didn't you bring some back? Or you had bought them or ordered some of these?
Maybe.
I remember you bringing some, because I remember it was the first time I'd ever tried them, and they were good. They were the best cookies I've ever had. And then I saw this stuff in the grocery stores. Yeah. Simple Joys Bakery. Baked for life's sweetest moments, y'all. Yeah, so go check them out. They're very good. They got cakes, cookies, these are like the little individual sliced banana nut cake breads. They got all kinds of different flavors too and stuff. Yep, check them out. Highly recommend that stuff. Very good. And then we got, for the sloppy joes that we're going to make, they didn't have the regular Texas toast, because I went to Fresh Time, so the Texas toast choices were limited. But I did find some. It's Artesian Hearth by Village Hearth, gourmet rustic, terrific toasted, thick white sliced bread. Yeah. And it's good till the 24th. And then I was having trouble finding the manwich for a while in there. I'm like, they don't sell Sloppy Joe mix and Fresh Time. And I ended up finding it. I got 2 cans of the manwich. Can't go generic on Sloppy Joe mix, I feel. And that's all. And as Michelle was telling y'all, we got the fries. Proper fries. We'll season those up and stuff. Yeah, got the little 20-ounce bag. All right, y'all. Okay, y'all. Sloppy Joes are almost done. Michelle requested hers. She wanted hers toasted, with butter on hers, and then cheese. I'm going to do mine untoasted and uncheesed just for this one because I'm starving. So let's see. Yep. Meat's almost done. Let's check on it. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, too. You got to put, to me, in my opinion, we all like our stuff differently. But I like, when I'm making Sloppy Joes, I like there to be a little more Sloppy Joe than meat. Like, that's why it's called Sloppy Joes. They're going to, a little messy. Not runny, but you know what I mean. You want the meat to be soaked, kind of, is what I'm saying. Because if not, then it's almost damn near a hamburger. Or like a marinara patty or something like that. You would put like marinara over something. Oh, damn, I didn't throw the fries in. I got to throw the fries in, y'all. Oh. Those only take 12 minutes or something. These fries are huge. Put a little olive oil. I like to put a little olive oil over them before I throw them in the oven. Yeah. And then just kind of drizzle them around on there. Nice and crispy. Taste test, y'all. These sloppy, I faded mine already.
Delicious.
Thank you, baby. Ooh. Would you agree you can't go generic on Sloppy Joe stuff? Or would you be willing to?
I'd be willing to try.
Okay. Yeah, we're using it with the Texas toast, y'all. It makes it better. Michelle had recommended that. Because if you think about it, if you use a thinner bread, because you want to put a lot of Sloppy Joe mix in there. So if you got the thinner bread, it don't come out right. Yep, having the thicker bread makes it more better. All right, y'all. Time to finish eating.
Listen, if you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. Now, sometimes people say, well, you mean everything that I understand will confuse me if I don't understand racism? Yes, because racism is the dominant political and religious motivating force among the people of the planet.
3-minute video, y'all.
9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That covers just about everything that any person, minute by minute, might be doing or engaged in any time of day or night, anywhere on the planet. Most white supremacists say, who, me?
Yes.
I'm not a white supremacist. I don't believe in racism. I'm a nice guy. Hey, I'll shake your hand. You know, if you want a hug, I'll give it to you. You know, I don't believe in that stuff and all like that. And all the time he's wink, wink, wink.
Yeah.
All right? This is the modern day, the refined white supremacist. Mr. John Wayne apparently wasn't very refined. That's why I'm quite sure that the refined white supremacist said, hey, you know, we all feel that way.
Yeah.
But you don't say it out loud in this day and time. This is to be expected.
Yes, sir.
You should always expect. You're in a world dominated by racism. There's one government on the planet. That's the government of white supremacy. All of the so-called governments are just pretend governments. They seem like they're governments. The white supremacists make the major decisions among the people of this planet. Most of the people on this planet are classified as non-white. The major decisions that affect the everyday existence of anybody classified as non-white is going to be decided by racist man and racist woman, people who are sometimes, in a generic sense, called white supremacists, people who believe in mistreating people based on color. They're the smartest and most powerful people on this planet. So therefore, when he goes into the store, I mean, like I said just a few minutes ago, black people have been given the reputation of being potential thieves and robbers, you know, on a small-time level, because the greatest thieves are the white supremacists themselves.